Hello, trading is closed on September 14th, 2017. My last call, so I was hoping to see a gap down. At today's open, I said when you're this close to an all-time high, it doesn't always work, but it certainly worked today. I looked for the pattern with the early low, which is what we got. And tomorrow's pattern should have an early low as well. During the day, MEJT said ultimately lower prices would print. The target was hit. System said the move would not stick because it was false. Prices recovered. We usually get more than the minimum, and we did. No signals carrying over till tomorrow. We have mixed indicators, so the most likely thing is a gap outside the day's range. Next most likely as we close, it'll change. I'd be very surprised if we close, it'll change tomorrow. This is a very negative pattern, and unless we invalidate it by gapping up and promptly taking out these highs, we should see lower prices, and perhaps much lower prices lasting much more than a day. Here's your wall. Here's your hole in the wall gap. Typically the gap fills. We overtake the high, and there's resistance there. When you turn on a dime right at the target, whether it's this system or any other system, it tends to lead to a large move. Of course, it's only after the fact that you know if this holds or not, but the implication is if this holds, a big down move's coming. This is a low to high pattern. If this low is deep, and by undercutting yesterday's low, that qualifies as deep, there's usually more weakness to come. When you hit a new high and close red, that's bad enough. But when you hit a new high and can't hold on to any of these highs, that's really bad, and it's particularly bad when you can't hold on to the high of the first move up from this gap. It's a sign that after gapping up and hitting all kinds of new highs, we're turning at the top and can't hold on to any of them. This is a pattern which typically closes near the day's high. When that doesn't happen, it's negative. It's particularly negative when you have a series of lower highs. It tends to lead to very sharp moves on the downside, all of which would be invalidated if we gapped up. My weekly signals to sell from DeMark need a close under 2478.80-ish. It's interpreted loosely, but if things are as negative as I think they are, we're going to close at or under that level tomorrow. The most likely thing tomorrow is a gap opening. I think we'll gap under this low. Gapping under this low would complete a major trend reversal based on somebody else's work. It's a very negative pattern. It happened on one of my days I called earlier in the month, a month in advance, or at the end of last month. There's a chance of a recovery, but I haven't been doing this system long enough to know if these are two separate days or just the same high with a tolerance on one of them. That's Saturday, so Friday and Saturday could be pointing to the same day, a double hit. I'm looking for a tank tomorrow, a big drop starting with a gap under this low. And as always, if I'm wrong, it'll be obvious before the open by gapping up and taking over this high. And that's today's call.